All right. We back. It's the Morning Chronicles. We back. My nose is still red. I don't know what's been going on with that lately, bro. My nose been red. Like, and the crazy part, I've been washing my face. I usually use Dove, right? And then I also been using a little Cetaphil on my nose, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the sun making my skin peel or what, but I gotta get that glow back, man. My skin used to be so glorious and brown color. Now it's like all. Now it looks like I'm really been like out here, like, I don't know, in the trenches out here trying to, build a business, be a mogul, be a boss, and my skin looking like oh man, he's going through it. Like, I always be looking dazed and confused or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Look at myself, but whatever. So check this out, y'all. Last night I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, right? It's not even my show, but First Lady watches it, and that so I be watching it with her, show support. She had a homegirl over as well, so we were watching it, and then after the show went off, this other Hulu show popped on. It was like How I Met Your Father. It was a spin-off of How I Met Your Mother. It was okay. I liked How I Met Your Mother better, but How I Met Your Father was cool. Whatever. They had it was cool, So anyways, after I changed from that, I changed to this HBO. I changed to this Hulu special. It's called The Other Black Girl. I don't know if y'all seen this or not, but I went and checked it out, and like I was watching it, and I remember First Lady being like, "Yo, this has a lot of satire, and like kind of the way it looks and feels, kind of like Jordan Peele." And sure enough, the lady that wrote the book, who ended up selling it for $1 million at an auction, and then they ended up taking the book and making it into a movie. She got a little bit of the book or the creating of the movie from Jordan Peele, Get Out and stuff like that. So she ended up writing the book. I think Zayelle Barnes, I think that's her name. I can't remember specifically right now, but she ended up getting help with Rashida Jones, and they ended up putting the book on Hulu, making a special. So anyways, that was a little backdrop. So I'm like, okay, let's check it out. So I'm watching it. It was very different, I must say, because now that I'm into it, it's like, so the character name is Nelly, and Nelly is the protagonist. If you haven't seen it, you might not want to watch what I'm about to say. So Nelly is the protagonist, right? And she's like trying to find, like, she's finding more of her voice, being a young black woman, what I'm saying, in a white space where there's not that many black women, what I'm saying. She's finding her voice, she's finding who she is, she's doing all this, right? So, that's good. She from Connecticut, went to UVA. She's trying to find out her voice. She's a black woman. And of course, she has a white boyfriend. That's usually how it happens a lot. Some of these shows, they try to find their voice. They have somebody of the opposite race or whatever. To help her find her voice. Sometimes they have a black husband that helps them find their voice, but And then the antagonist is Hazel, a mahogany sister, or dark-skinned sister. And Nelly's light-skinned, and Hazel's dark-skinned. She's pretty much coming in with like, "Yo, girl, I'm here." First, she didn't really help her out. My first inclination was she have your back, and she stood her up to get chewed out by her boss. But then she came back later, helped her out with the boss, all this other good stuff. But yeah, she's cool. I think, well, the point what I'm trying to get at is the premise of the plot is Hazel's taking girls that may have had the type of background where they wouldn't get a corporate job, and change them with this I wouldn't say hair serum, but grease that she puts into their hair, and she helps them out. Well, it's supposed to, I haven't gotten too deep into it, but the way when I saw it from last night, it's supposed to help them, I guess, erase whatever they see maybe negative about racism. I gotta get more into it. I gotta watch tomorrow's episode, but that's pretty much what I'm getting from it. I haven't seen them say it, but I'm the type of person, I go and look stuff up before I finish watching the show, or I go and look it up just in case I don't watch the show. I at least know what the show's about, so I can be like, okay, this is what it's about, and I can decide. So yeah, from the cliff notes I read, the grease is supposed to help you be blind to the veil of racism, so that you can go to your job and not worry about racism being at your job, and do your job and not worry about it. Now, they haven't actually said it in the show yet, so I'm interested to see how they kind of portray it, whatever, because one of the girls, Nelly's friend, Malika, she's a lesbian. She dated one of the girls that had the transformation, and that girl that she dated, she was wild, kind of untamed, a wild young lady, right? And then she got the hair grease, and all of a sudden she went from being wild and untamed and maybe working at the liquor store, the 7-Eleven, or the Subway, somewhere having a job that don't pay a lot, to now she's talking about bonds, stocks, asset trading, and now she's got a higher paying job because of it. And Hazel is like keeping like tabs on them in a sense where like an experiment, like so-and-so involuntarily, so-and-so voluntarily, you know what I'm saying? And then one of the girls that's trying to stop her, that's trying to tell Nelly, she ends up catching that girl, you know what I'm saying, and turning her over to, be part of the cult with the jail. So now in the cliff notes, they tell me that the jail is supposed to help you eliminate the mask of racism so you don't see it, right? But in the show, they haven't gone into details all the way. But they tell me that Fancy from the Jane Fox show, she's in there. I think she was part of it, and some other folks, but I have to see who's the ringleader of all this. I'm starting to think it might be Mr. Wagner, because that's usually how it goes. There's always in a lot of these shows, whenever stuff like this goes on, or in real life, there's always a crooked white guy behind a lot of things. There's always one in the background pulling the strings. I don't know, I gotta see if he's the ringleader or not. So, because somebody had to create the jail. Mr. Wagner, he went from not caring and all of a sudden now bringing Dana back, wanting to do all this other stuff. So I wonder if he's the ringleader or not. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's the ringleader of this charade or this show. So I got to figure that out. I think I watched like 5 episodes last night. Stay up to like 3 or 4. I'm glad I had a little small nap yesterday, because I woke up this morning with only like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I should feel like crap, but my body's been battle tested. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all right. Plus, on top of that, little heart boogie didn't feel good last night, so, was over there giving her the Tylenol and putting the cold compress on her. So, that's the thing about with babies. When they're babies, you really can't give them medicine. The only thing you can do is, keep feeding them and giving them Tylenol and taking care of them and, praying over them that their fever or whatever breaks. So that's why I was glad when it came to T-Mac. As she got older, at the 6 months, she was able to take Motrin, because Tylenol, in my opinion, don't really do nothing. Motrin is that kicker that bam, 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 knocks that fever down. So, yeah. So, back to the other black girl. That's what they're saying right now. So, here's my situation. After I read it and I'm seeing what it's doing, the jail is doing to some of the African-American women, the black women, what it's doing to them, how it's taking them from, there was a couple people on this little sheet that she had, how they went from being or working at jobs where they weren't living up to their full potential, or they weren't able to see past what they were doing to be able to get to the best of their ability, till all of a sudden now, that one girl that was messing with Malika, that was hiding in her trunk and trying to get her arrested and shank her, she's working at some kind of Goldman Sachs job. Another girl is, I don't even know how the other girl's a tenure professor. Somebody had to lie on that resume. Like, come on. And then another girl is a chemical engineer. How the freak did that happen? I'm like, the goo was turning people that weren't chemical engineers into chemical engineers. What the? And then another girl, what was a chemical engineer? One was a professor. And then the other one, did some, either I think with law, and then there was another girl working with the Yankees. I can't remember exactly. Or whatever. But the crazy part of Hazel's the ringleader. I guess she's planning to be the editor of Wagner Books, because right now she's just an assistant editor. So maybe that's it. Or we gotta see how that play out. But anyways, the point where I'm trying to make with all this is, and I'll be devil's advocate, there might be some people out there that don't want to see the veil of racism at their job. They want to ignore it so that they can just go to work and do their job and not think about it and not let them affect them or bother their minds. So a lot of people are like, hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? Listen, hear me out. When you go to a job and you're an only minority face, you're black, Hispanic, Korean, whatever you are, if you're the only one there and you don't want to see race and you want to do your job, it can be hard at times, because there might be times you might be overpassed for a position, or you might not get a raise, or you don't get a special privilege as someone else and then you hear about it, or you and someone else are doing the same job and they're getting paid $2,000 or $3,000 more than you, and it's not like that person brought you in, y'all both were hired at the same position. And then it's hard for you not to say to yourself, why is this person getting paid more than me and I'm getting paid less, especially when we got the same qualifications? Why is this dude trying to ride me? If you want to get past me, go. If you want to get past me, go. I'm going 50. If you want to get past me, go. You know what I'm saying? It's hard not to say that if that's how your qualifications are. Dude want to ride me, like, for what? Where you going? It's hard not to say to yourself, why does that person get paid $2,000 or $3,000 more than me, or $4,000 or $5,000 or $5,000, $10,000 more than me? If we're doing the same job, and then you know you have more experience than them, and then someone could be like, well, they negotiated better. How? Did they negotiate better, or did they just pay you more? Because there's been situations where I've seen people negotiate more and get paid, and I've seen situations where people did negotiate, but they got paid less because someone just got paid more than them because they either been a man or a woman, or they just gave them that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know? So, with that being said, there's some people, so it makes it hard when you see them type of things and you're a minority in the workplace. Like, I've been a minority in the workplace. I've been at a job for 4.5 years, where the first 2.5, 3 years, I was the only black guy there in the corporate office. You know what I'm saying? There was times I used to be like, yeah, we had to do this because I'm the only black guy here. And I remember saying one time, then going to the accounting people, they were doing HR, and I remember like, did you hear what I said earlier? Yes, I heard you. And they didn't want to acknowledge what I said, but I was making sure to acknowledge, to make sure to bring it up so they know. I don't know if I said it in a straight way or joking way, but they need to know, like, look, I'm the only black guy here, so I definitely know about this being a situation. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to face that there's no minorities in this workplace, and they want you to just blend in and not say nothing. And I'm saying with that, there's some people, the ones that were taking this cream, they might be like, I'm tired of having to always feel like this or go through this, and I just want to have this veil just put over my eyes so I don't see it no more. And every time I go to work, if I'm overpassed for a job, it's because I'm not working hard enough, and this is why I need to do better, and they don't want to see that it could be that, or they don't even want to have that idea in my mind. So I'm saying to y'all, like, when I was watching the movie, I was telling First Lady this morning, I'm like, the cream might not be bad to some people. To some people, it might not be bad. It might be exactly what they need, because there's a spectrum on that whole, they're not doing this because I'm this, or they're not doing it. Because there's sometimes it's true, and then sometimes some people are just reaching. And you be like, stop, come on. Like, kind of like when I hear like white dudes be like, bro, we losing the country. Bro, you're not losing anything, bro. Stop that. Stop saying that, bro. Come on, man. Be serious. You know, I hear stuff like that, and I be like, all right, bro. It'd be like people be reaching. Or like when I hear like certain people be like, nah, man, they didn't let us in, man. They're not trying to let the minorities in. They're not, or you just didn't have the qualifications. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a twofold. Sometimes some people are being racist and they're not being fair, and then sometimes some people are just being fair, but you just look at it as racism, or you're not feeling like you're being treated fair because you want to have an excuse as to why you're not cutting it or doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of look at everything in a perspective type of eye. I feel like I'm a good hunch as to being like, yeah, that ain't right, or yeah, nah. I feel like they both being fair with that situation. They're just not trying to hear it. Look at that. That man drove his van on the side of the road. Either they broke down, oh man, or that fool trying to get, that man missed his exit and he's driving on the cement and then driving on the curb. Boy, I tell you, people out here in Texas. But anyways, so yeah, I saw the cream and that's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, there might be some people out there right now in the real world that'll be like, man, I wish I had that cream so I can go to work and not even think about some of the stuff I see or feel. Because sometimes racism, when you're only minority at your job, doesn't come in blatant racism. It comes in microaggression. Oh, you should change your hair. Oh, what is that you're eating? It's smelling up the place. Oh, do all your people live in one house? Oh, I didn't think you had a father. You know what I'm saying? Microaggression and different types of racism come like that. So, but there's some people who will be like, I wish I didn't have to see this every day when I go to work. I wish I could just go to work and not have all this on my shoulders, always feel in defense mode, and be like somebody white that's always in office and not even thinking about any of these things. So I'm saying all this to say, it's hard for me to kind of see this cream as being a bad thing, because I feel like there's some people out there that are more minorities, or there's some people out there that are African American or black that will really want this cream in real life. So it's kind of like one of them, like, all right, it's bad. You know that they're bad because she's changing people that maybe voluntarily or involuntarily. That was another thing on the sheet. It had some people that were like involuntarily. Involuntarily, of course, you know, they didn't ask for it, they got changed. And some people were voluntarily, like they wanted to be changed. So it's like, it's the situation of, you know, most times like in Get Out, she's doing these things to these black guys without their will, and they don't want to be changed. You know what I'm saying? They're not agreeing to it, and she's changing their whole up, brainwashing them and all that. But with these girls, she's not doing this to them. She's not hurting them where they go out and kill people. She's actually elevating a lot of their lives so they can go from being not living up to their potential to living up to their potential. Now, I know some people will be like, well, Eric, that's not right if she's doing it to them involuntarily. They didn't ask. True, you're right. But sometimes some people need somebody to help them, you know, get to the next level, because sometimes they might be in their way. So just saying. But the girls that did say voluntarily they want to go, they're out there, been changing their lives, got a new story, new script, do whatever. So now they're doing better, which reminds me, I need to go back tomorrow. I need to go back later on today when I get off and look at the ones that were voluntarily, because I was watching it late last night and I saw it, but I didn't zoom in. So tonight, when I go back and watch it, I'm gonna zoom in on the ones that were voluntarily and the ones that are involuntarily, so I can see who all wanted to be changed and who all didn't want to be changed. You know what I'm saying? So oh man, I could literally drive through the side of that map, boy. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. But that's my whole thing. Like I was telling First Lady, I'm like, yo, some of these folks out here really do want that cream. They really want to go to work and not have that stuff on their mind. They really want to go to work and feel like this ain't an issue when it is an issue. Because the problem is, like, people don't understand when you're a minority, when people say certain stuff to you or do certain stuff or whatever, it stays on your mind all the time. So now it jades your mentality for every time something happens. You feeling like, is this person doing this because I'm this person, I'm this race, I'm that, or whatever. Like, people don't realize that type of stuff jades your perception on how people are viewing you, judging you, selecting you for jobs, or either even picking you for jobs. People don't realize that. So I say all that to say, some people would want the cream, but I mean, if you're wondering what Eric will want, I don't think I would want the cream, because I would want to know what's the real and what's the fake. Because a lot of times, if you don't have the cream, you're going to continue to think that everything's going to be good and dander, and then you'll be 12 years at a job and never ever get promoted. You know, it's best to know what it is, so you know to get the freak about that job and move on somewhere else that you're more valued and appreciated. But I can see why. And to be perfectly honest, and this is going to sound wild to y'all, I would want to be I would want somebody to try the cream on me, right? To see how it affects my mind. But let's just say, I would want to know how long the cream lasts. Does it last for 4 days, 4 months? Does one dosage last? Or is it one of them like you always got to constantly keep doing it? Because I want to see what the feeling would be if I had the cream, and how it would change my mind for a week, how it would change my mind for 2 months, and then come back off the cream and see. You know what I'm saying? Because then if the cream changes your ambition and allows you to be better ambitious towards your job or be a better person, then yeah, put me on the cream. I want to be the best I can be. You know what I'm saying? But the cream makes it seem like ain't nobody out here doing wrong in the world and everything's go gander and it's great. I don't know, but I mean, I'm kind of iffy, because I would want to see what I would be thinking with the cream, and then see I get off the cream and think without it. You know what I'm saying? Because the cream's taking people from working at the mall to being a chemical engineer, and you helping you line your resume and getting you right like that. Well, gosh dang, man, make me the motherfucking next president on the cream. You know what I'm saying? So make me a senator. You know what I'm saying? I just want to live up to my ambition, so I would want to see. So I say all that to say, when I'm hearing that, it's kind of like, is this really a bad thing for some people? Because some people really would want to get on this cream. So it's very interesting. So I'm going to finish out the series, let y'all know. I thought I should tell y'all about it, because I kind of wanted to see y'all opinions. And yeah, we're back at the trap. Day after Thanksgiving. No one's really here. In the words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I won't get fined. No one's really going to be answering emails, so I'm just going to sit up in there and do some training or whatever. But it is what it is. I think I'm here like 9 o'clock, but it don't matter, because I probably want to take a lunch. I'll just sit at my desk. So, but yeah, we'll be back later on, and we'll hammer it out and go from there. So, like I like to say, keep living your life. If you don't, your life is not going to live you. Boom.